Canadians still remain expecting their government to do everything that's necessary for Ukraine. And that's why, for example, we just signed a 10-year security assurance deal with Ukraine.
On the second anniversary of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev and pledged $3 billion in Canadian aid this year. That's pretty good. I have to hand it to the Liberals to put that much money up for Ukrainian aid. The West cannot abandon Ukraine, even though we're kind of losing interest in this war. This war isn't over quickly. The Ukrainians aren't winning decisively enough. And so an awful lot of people in the West have sort of yawned and moved on mentally. We can't do that. Russian President Vladimir Putin is a thug. If he gets his way in Ukraine, he'll try his way in other countries in Eastern Europe. And then if he gets his way there, he'll work on the West. So it's imperative that Western countries like Canada maintain their aid. And while we can't do an awful lot militarily for Ukraine, we can help them with food security. We can help them bring in food. We can help them restore their crops in their own fields. We can help them rebuild communities. There's lots of things we can do. I think one of the best things we're doing is we're attaching CSIS agents to the Ukrainian and American efforts to track Ukrainian nuclear material so that the Russians and their terrorist allies don't get their hands on them and start making bombs. I think all those things are good. But some of the strings that we have attached to Ukrainian aid just baffle me. For instance, they have to decarbonize their economy. So the same obsession that the Liberals have here with net zero power grids and EV mandates and carbon taxes, the Ukrainians have to agree to those if they're going to get some of our money. My favorite one, though, is that they have to have gender-neutral demining squadrons. So the people who go around taking landmines out that the Russians have put down all over Ukraine, tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of landmines have been laid. But we have to have gender-neutral demining squads before we're going to give money to Ukraine to demine. Demining is one of the most important things that they can do to restore their communities. Mines blow up when farmers step on them. They blow up when children walk down the road. They blow up all sorts of innocent people. It's one of the best efforts you can make to return your country to safety, to take out the mines. But we don't care about that as much as we care about the fact that there are equal numbers of men and women on the demining squads. Like, who even thinks that up? Who sits at Global Affairs Canada or at the Department of National Defense and says, oh my goodness, the demining squads in Ukraine or the demining squads in Bahrain or the demining squads wherever in the world don't have enough women in them. They're not gender neutral. Oh my goodness, they don't have enough LGBTQ members. That's not the point. In Ukraine, you have got to get those mines out as quickly as possible. Sure, do you want to have rules that are discriminatory against women joining the demining brigades? No, of course not. But no one has accused the Ukraine of having those sorts of rules. So this is just one of those cases where the virtue signaling by the Trudeau government, the woke progressive mentality of the Trudeau government, has trumped everything useful. We see it here in Canada again and again. The economy is slowing to a crawl because we have to be woke. The justice system is falling apart because we have to be woke. And now our aid to Ukraine is attached to the same woke progressive values that the Trudeau government is inflicting on Canadians. For Post Media, I'm Lorne Gunter.